What's going on, YouTube? Good morning. Hey, listen, I'm about to be heading out here. I'm a truck driver. About to be heading out here on the road. But before I do, I want to elaborate a little bit about the first video. First video was basically me talking about becoming wise. Okay? And for a person who doesn't have any of the attribute builders, the only option is to become wise. And that's for us with no talents. Okay? Now, some will ask, well, what are the 7 confidence builders? I know many people have confident builders left and right, say this, say that, the whole 9. But let me explain to you the confident builders that I'm referring to. Okay? The confident builders that each person, or the thing that gives people confidence, and it gives them confidence, for their life, it gives them confidence with their peers. It gives them confidence with, all the things they do in the life or whatever, reside within these 7 confident builders, okay? What are the 7 confidence builders, you may ask? Well, the 7 confidence builders are, let's see, the first one is having extreme talent, meaning having extreme talent / being very masterful, or having a masterful trade that you truly excel at, which is equivalent to a talent. So these are the first 2 right here. So having extreme talent and having a very masterful trade, having a trade that you truly excel at. These 2, most people, these 2 are 2 that most people, they strive for every day. Whatever your talents are, people hope that, the blessing comes in this area right here. Okay? But let's see. If you don't, extreme talent or talentful trade, those are the first 2 that builds confidence. So if you have these and everything, yeah, you have confidence it gives you confidence in order to walk a walk or talk the talk, if you have them. So when people or things come your way, you have a certain talk to you. Okay? You have a certain talk to you. Number 3, having extreme beauty or extreme intelligence. Those are the next 2. So that's 4. Okay? The people who have extreme beauty, they just get given stuff. Okay? And people move out the way when they come. And it gives them the confidence. And this is why you see people who are beautiful have issues as they get older, because there's a lot of things that they weren't able to learn with their beauty, because people just gave it to them. So this is why beautiful people have hardships as they grow up, because this is why you see a person with a arrested development. That's what it is. And beautiful people, a lot of beautiful people have the tendency of having arrested development. Okay? and because it's basically because they are undeveloped based on the beauty. Because when they were very beautiful when they were younger, they literally didn't have to worry about learning anything. Then when they get older, it's, the hardships of life start showing themselves to them, and it's things they're not prepared for. Because now life is telling you, oh, you need to learn, you need to know these things. You don't have the same, positioning as you once did when you were younger. Okay, all right. So these two, and then extreme intelligence and everything. Extreme intelligence, same thing. For the people who are masterful with intelligence and knowledge, that builds confidence. The Bill Gates and the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Jeff Bezos of the world, they're all in this category. They create ideas that transcend and affect the world in a certain way, to where we're all in awe, like, wow, this is it. So these two are the next confidence builders. So if you have extreme talent, extreme or know a trade at an excelling, alarming rate, or if you're extremely beautiful, or you have extreme intelligence, these are the first four confident builders. Okay, if any person who have these is going to have confidence, and if they don't understand themselves yet in order to have the confidence and everything. But if you have these confident builders, these people have some type of confidence. Number 5, number 6. Okay. Power and status. Having extreme power and having extreme status. These things give a person, are confidence builders. If you have a status, it don't matter if you have money, if you have status. I've seen people who didn't have no money, but they had status, and they had, and people just gravitated to them. And they, those were confident builders. Those were confidence builders. Some people have that. Some people have the status. Some people have the extreme status or the extreme power. I've seen people who were extremely powerful. Jesus was extremely powerful. That's why he was on the earth and talking the way that he did when he was here, because he knew what he had, because he had power. What did he say to Pontius Pilate? If my army if basically he sends down the army, his angels or whatever, they would just basically destroy everything. I'm kind of I don't know the Bible verbatim, but something in that sense. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and try to say that I know the verse and the key and all that. So those things are the confident builders. Power and status are the next two things that happen in confidence building. And then the last builder is the God Almighty dollar. Okay? For people who have extreme wealth, that gives them confidence. And We all seen it growing up. You know, the kid who comes to school with the brand spanking new Mustang that just came out this a week ago, and his parents already bought him one, and he's driving around in the thing like it's nothing. Back in high school, I know you remember those days. Or, you know what I'm saying? And then, or, those types. That's on a smaller level. We don't know their parents' wealth or whatever, but, the wealthy had power. They had leverage. Therefore, it gives them confidence. When you have options and you have no lack and you don't have anything that's hindering you, that is confident. That equates to confidence. Yes, it does. It equates to confidence. Boy. That's confidence. That's a confidence builder. So, these 7 things right here, and I know, this is my second video I'm putting up, but these are the 7 confidence builders and everything. And society tries to tell us that everybody has one of these confidence builders. No, they don't. No, they do not. There are people out here who have most, like a Jim Brown. Jim Brown, if you've heard of his story, the football player, what did his family say? His family said that whatever Jim Brown touched, he excelled at. That means that he was a rarity as a person. That means that when he started his schoolwork, he excelled at that. When he played anything, he excelled at it. Not in a bullying fashion, like, oh, you're going to let me do this. No, just in his nature to do. They said that when he played lacrosse, played basketball, played football, played baseball, anything that he decided to do, he excelled at everything he touched. What a blessing! What a blessing! What a blessing to have! What a blessing to have a gift to where you can touch whatever you decide to do and touch. It's a blessing. And see, a lot of people know, and see, this is a small story in his life because his main story is football and how great he was. But people don't realize how blessed people like that is. To be able to touch anything and excel at, I want y'all to really think deep on this, on this thought process. Think about that for a second. To be able to touch anything and excel at it, that's crazy. That blessing is crazy. I don't want to look. We can talk about Jim Brown. What I want y'all to look at is the in between. Look in between the lines. Look at the blessing. Look at the blessing. That is a crazy blessing. How many people you know that can do that? Okay, so anyways. So you have the people like that. Whatever they touch, they get blessed. Okay, so and then you have the people with some, you know, they may have 1, 2, 3 blessings. Like, okay, they're talented in these things. Then you have the one person that has the one, like, okay, all I know how to do is this thing, whatever. Okay, this is all I know how to do. Then you have the people who have none. Okay, you have the people who have none, and then so you have people who have none. Man, I lost my train of thought. I'm starting to get into the weeds, I guess. But anyways, the blessing to be able to touch anything you want, and it turns, wasn't it? And yeah, like, I guess some people, and this is what I learned in life too. This is what I learned in life. Okay, I learned that some people take a step in life and get 10,000 miles. Then some people take a step and only get a 1/10 of an inch. It's life. That's how life works. Some people are blessed to get everything. Some people are blessed to get nothing. And they have to claw and scratch just for this little piece. This little piece right here. That's real talk. Some people are blessed to you know, whatever they decide to do, they strive. Their first stride supersedes everything else that this person beside them is doing. So I just, you know, I used to ask myself, you know, who is the person that's handing out the blessings in heaven? Who's the person handing out the blessings in heaven? That's what I used to say. Who is the person handing out the blessings? Why is this person, i.e. Barry Sanders, can run like how he do and can't nobody touch him? But this person right here is also running back and don't have not near the talents that this person have. And we used to hear when we were growing up, everybody has talents and you can do the same thing too. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Barry Sanders' career happened in the 80s and the 90s, and we have yet to see anybody who comes close to Barry Sanders' success. Real talk. Same thing with Michael Jordan. Yeah, you got Kobe or whatever, but that's the closest you've seen or whatever. But you haven't seen people dominate like that. You haven't seen people dominate like Mike on that level. The competitor that he is. You have not seen that. Anyways, man, I think I'm kind of going into the weeds with this one, but anyways, the bottom line is, man, the 7 confidence builders is what's needed and everything. Some people are blessed to have so much, while some people are blessed to have so little. And this is what I learned in the life. But anyways, I got to get going. I got to get back on the road. I'll get on the road for the morning. But thank you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.